Hey guys, it's Mike with Tiny Trucks. So I got a few requests to finish up this FLM all aluminum body, extended long body. So I did the anodizing. First of all, this isn't going to be a complete build just because honestly I don't feel like dealing with all the little parts or the electronics or the transmission again. It's not that hard, it's just that don't feel like doing it right now. Anyway, so during the anodizing process, some of the parts didn't take as well as I'd hoped. The whole chassis was one of the last things I did, and the problem was I was a little too hasty with it. So I did it quicker than I should have. The acid didn't cool. Anyway, the anodizing didn't take, so I ended up just painting this. I did a self-etching primer, and then painted it. It looks really good, but you know, if you wreck it, if you hit it, it's going to scratch, whereas the anodizing won't. The other problem with the anodizing is that I didn't watch them as closely as I should have, so some of the colors are off. Like these two guys are almost red, this guy's a really light pink. If you look at the transmission, you can see two different colors right there. That's because I let one sit longer than I let the other one sit. For my first time, I think it went okay. I know what not to do the next time. But as far as, you know, the arms, they came out really nice. It definitely took the color. These other parts, I bought all the pink that I could from Traxxas. Had a hard time actually matching that. Some of the parts I did actually match just fine. The Traxxas coils for the shocks, those are like a hot pink, so they definitely don't match quite right. But when it's all together, it actually looks pretty decent. I tried to do everything I could, black and pink. For instance, I got the Mamba Monster motor, which is black instead of the green Mamba Monster because it's Traxxas branded. Only bad thing about this is the cables are a little shorter, so I didn't have as much room to work with that. There's two plastic parts on this. One I did on purpose, and that's the front bulkhead. I did an RPM front bulkhead, and that is just, you know, if I wreck, maybe possibly that will break instead of bend all the aluminum. And then the receiver box. There's some steel parts. My drive lines right there are steel. But yeah, it was a little hard finding some of the pink parts. For instance, here I had to order this guy from Japan, my servo saver. It took a while to get here, but it's actually really nice. It's the Overdose brand. It's the only other things I couldn't get black or pink were the rods. I did the Lunsford Racing. For the people that do want to see a video on the anodizing, there's one thing I haven't anodized yet, and that is my wheelie bar. It's a nice raw aluminum right now, and I plan on anodizing that, so I'll do a video when I do that. And also I may possibly purchase a new chassis so that I can re-anodize it. I'm going to assemble this. I'm going to do a quick time lapse, and if anybody has questions about the electronics or all the small stuff, the transmission, you know, just comments below. Alright, here it is. Took me a few seconds to put together, but I got it. There's a couple things that I need to work out. So one is the tires, the white tires. Also this foam style, I've always had problems keeping traction on asphalt because, well, they're not really made for asphalt. The XO1 tires have done really well on my 100-mile-an-hour car. And they look better. They're solid black, they're rubber, so they have good traction. I just need to do the 17mm upgrade, which I have them, just haven't done them. You can see I've got the Mamba Monster X ESC, got the Mamba Monster motor. The gearing is actually 3434. I had to do some grinding on this motor mount. Other than that, she runs alright. There's some tweaking that needs to be done, some shock adjustments and all that good stuff. The other problem is the body, because I have the extended chassis and the extended A-arms, well, more the extended chassis. I can't find a body that fits. The one that I have found that fits is the 10th scale E-Revo, which the wheel wells actually match up pretty well, but it just looks really weird. So I might actually just build some sort of frame to cover the guts, so if it wrecks, or if I wreck it, then I don't destroy all the insides. So if anybody has any recommendations, please feel free to share.